Hey everyone, we're going to go ahead and get right into my curriculum evaluation. Just a little background information. The individual that I interviewed for this is Emily Adams. She's the PE specialist at Kennesaw Elementary School. She is 51 years old. She's been teaching for 27 years. She sees about 65 to 70 students per class. And to help her with that, she has a paraprofessional. Her name's Nina. And something that I wanted to mention as well is that the school is comprised of predominantly low-income families, which is going to be important to keep in mind as we continue through this presentation. So to give you a little description about curriculum as well as like the setting, like I said, she works at Kennesaw Elementary School, which is a kindergarten through second grade school. It's a school that they decided to break it down between kindergarten and second grade, and then there's another school down the road called Big Shanty, and that is the fourth and fifth grade. And so they just go straight from Kennesaw Elementary to Big Shanty, and it kind of helps with the population within the school. As far as her gym goes, I wanted to mention it's very large, it's open, there's no obstructions. What's really great about her gym is she has these 3 different sections in her room that are different colors, which is wonderful because she sees 2 to 3 classes in one time frame, and so it kind of allows her kids to go and sit with their class, and then she can get started with her lesson. She sees kids all day long. She's got 5 classes, no planning period, only time for lunch. And then as far as content goes, she does a unit on playground safety, which I thought was really cool because, we have kindergartners and second graders that probably have no idea, what to do on a playground, let alone be safe on a playground. And so she kind of goes over that. She goes over motor skills, cup stacking, which I didn't know this, and maybe you did, but I didn't. But that's for coordination, and she starts with that before incorporating any kind of ball handling, which I think is great because she's trying to get her students used to that coordination, that hand-eye coordination, before progressing. And she goes over kicking, dribbling, shooting, and soccer. She does jump rope. I wanted to mention this jump rope unit because it's one of her biggest units. I don't know if some of y'all are familiar. If you're from Georgia and the Georgia PE program, they do this thing called Jump Rope for Heart that basically raises money for the American Heart Association. And by raising money, she receives these gift certificates to U.S. Games. She gets like $1,000 per year, which allows her to buy new equipment when needed. And something that's cool is, if she has the equipment she needs, then she uses that money to give the core teachers any kind of equipment they might need to incorporate PE into their curriculum. Additionally, she goes over balance and tumbling as well as dance, and then she gets into ball handling, such as catching and throwing, and then you got dribbling, passing, and shooting in basketball. And she goes over this outdoor recreation unit, which is really cool, and I'll get into that more, that goes over like foursquare, hopscotch, and hula hooping, that kind of thing. And then just like all PE teachers, she does the fitnessgram. So as far as content and continuation, her assessments are conducted throughout and at the end of lessons. During her throughout assessment, she just does a lot of checklists to kind of see if students are doing the skill cues that she provided for them. She provides those skill cues and then tells them what she's looking for exactly, and then checks off on that just kind of by observation. And then towards the end of the unit, she breaks students apart. She either has some kids doing stations while she's checking off the skills of a certain small section. For communication, she has a blog that you can access through the Kennesaw Elementary website, and it basically has, a description of herself and, what she loves, and then just kind of ideas for physical activity outside of the classroom. For materials and tools and technology, she does daily lesson plans. She's got a lot of equipment, a great equipment closet, teaching aids such as posters, and then she has bar scanning cards for her students and like an iPad that you can use as a scanner. Both of them for the walking club, and I'll get into that in just a second. And then the fitnessgram is conducted both in the fall and the spring. So the program goals and objectives are stated by the Cobb County School District, and I kind of like them. They're just to, break off of the SHAPE standards. They're the exact same, but just kind of solidified and a little bit more generic. Like I said, and we're all familiar with what a physically literate student is, but I'll go over these. So Cobb County School District defines a physically literate student as someone who has learned the skills necessary to participate in a variety of physical activities, knows the implications and the benefits of involvement in a variety of physical activities, participates regularly in physical activity, is physically active, values physical activity, and its contributions to a healthy lifestyle. I like that they include not just, and this is talking about the second standard here, not just the benefits of physical activity, but also the implications of not doing it. I think that's something that we don't necessarily think about when we think about the second objective, but I think it's nice that they included that. As far as her accuracy goes, for representation, she has a lot of posters and diagrams, both of which come from accredited PE programs and organizations. She does a lot of demonstrations because she says that her students learn best by seeing it. And for example, in her gym, she has like these flex arm hang bars that you use for the fitness gram. And to demonstrate how to use those, she's taken pictures of students performing it with their permission and has those pictures hung up next to it. So you kind of have an idea of what to do. It's kind of like an example. Something else I wanted to mention as far as terminology, when I asked my mom for the special schedule, it's not called gym class, it's called PE, which is great. And as far as relevancy goes, I'm going to get into this in just a second even more, but her outdoor rec program as well as her walking program both adhere to the needs of her students, and we'll see that in just a moment. So in the outdoor rec unit, like I said before, she goes over Foursquare, hopscotch, hula hooping, just activities they can do while they're outside that don't require a whole lot of equipment, which is great because these students are from low-income families and don't necessarily, can't necessarily afford those things. They're just activities they can do at home if they want, or at school during recess. Her walking program happens every morning before school starts, and it's just like a secondary outlet for physical activity. Something that we've talked about before is how some parents don't feel that it's safe for their children to go outside and play, and so this provides the students with an opportunity to be physically active outside of PE class. And then she has another club called the Jump Rope Club, and she calls them the Grasshoppers just because they're always jumping and that kind of thing. But it's this club, and they practice and they perform in the community. I have this Big Shanty Festival in parentheses here because that's a huge festival that we have in downtown Kennesaw, and the students actually get to perform in the parade. And so it's a lot of community involvement, and everybody comes out to see them. And like I said previously, it's just another outlet for physical activity. As far as acceptability, I didn't find anything wrong with her program. It's compatible with the school norms, the student needs, and perspectives of the family and community. Like I said, she tries to take the standards set forth before her and kind of shape them into lessons and units that are going to be beneficial to her particular demographic. I didn't think it promoted any kind of bias. You see that she's got both a variety of activities that she has planned. She has that dance and gymnastics unit, and as well as any kind of ball handling unit. And it's not, like I said, it's not inconsistent with the standards set forth. She goes off of those set by the Cobb County School District. As far as consistency goes, I just wanted to kind of point out these two particular examples. For Standard 3, it says participates in regular physical activity. By providing the jump rope club and the walking club, and then, showing them activities they can do in the outdoor rec unit, she definitely helps them participate in that physical activity regularly outside of school. And for Standard 5, valuing physical activity and its contributions to a healthful lifestyle. Her walking club, it's an extra chance for them to be physically active outside of school, and just really helps them, feel accomplished at the end of the day. She has those scanning cards that allow them to track their progress, and so they can see how well they're doing, their improvement, which helps them value that physical activity. For conclusions, like I said previously, I think she meets the goals and objectives really well because they're so broad. She has a lot of leeway in what she wants to teach, but she's been teaching for 27 years, and so she knows her demographics very well and has created a program that adheres to that. The overall quality and effectiveness, I was talking to my mom, who's been working with her for as long as she's been working there, and she had nothing but good things to say about her program. She said that Emily has made a huge impact on the school and, community involvement and everything like that. Her areas of strength is, for PE teachers, it's important to do outreach programs like her walking program and jump roping program because, you're not just in your shell, you're not just in your PE class. You're trying to get the community involved, get parents involved, and get students really excited about doing that physical activity. I didn't think that there were really any weaknesses in her program, and I didn't have any suggestions for improvement. You know, she's been doing this for so long. She's really enthusiastic about what she does, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed.